pick out 1 or 2 words and I Google it. So like how him just mentioned
Isle Edge. Isle Edge Fund.
The Isle Edge Fund. So if you just Google Isle Edge Fund Jamaica, I'm assuming you're outside of Jamaica.
I'm outside of Jamaica.
Yeah, I do too. So just Google the whatever and just put Jamaica next to it. And it will pull up exactly what it is you want.
And you will find it. Me just WikiLeaks more than Google sometimes. If I go on WikiLeaks, you will find it.
It don't matter. Google is not a site. Google is the search engine. So when you search it on Google, Google is going to give you the list of different sites, including WikiLeaks or whatever.
Sometimes you go on Google, you get 10 different answers to the one same something.
Well, no, just something. You asked a question and you said that. You said, make a statement that you said that people should have used the infrastructure, road infrastructure as a map.
And then something there.
And then something map that their country is going on. All right, let me let's address that. In 2008, Bruce Golding administration, under the leadership of Mike Henry and Arthur Shaw, borrowed $402 million US from China, saying that they're going to fix the road infrastructure in Jamaica, all right, one time. $402 million US dollar. You can go on Google JIF, Jamaica Development in something like that, right? JDIC, JDIF, right? That they said that they were going to fix all the roads in Jamaica with it. All right. All Jamaica get out of that $402 million is some signs stating that this road is slated to under JDIF upliftment program. Right? And get nothing more after that. Next thing, Next thing what they did, how we were going to pay back for that 402. They said that motorists was going to pay back. So the motorists, they put $15 tax on gas per liter. $15 on every liter of gas that you buy. And that money was supposed to go back in paying back for JIF. That's from 2008. We are now in 2025, and we are still paying that $15 per liter, same way, right? And we did not get nothing out of the $402 million. No.
I'm going to say something to you, because you don't got Jamaica, you must know, but I'm telling you this. I come down there, when I left, and I come down there the last year, the year before, and see Jamaica. Honestly, that place is improved to where I left it. Me no care who no want beat Andrew and where who no must know who no want vote for, who no want vote for. But when I got 3 miles, me nearly last.
That is not enough to make a statement.
No.
Since you don't really have a real stake in the election, we appreciate that you just have vacation and then.
Yeah, but that talk and something that they put in a place though. So then
you can't
me no matter put it in there.
All right. Yeah. We are thank you for your 2 cents.
Thank you
put
so
somebody
much.
back. So have a good day. Yeah. Somebody is coming in back. You not here, so
we have 2 new one there, Mama Elder and make you see the green box person.
The green person is me.
You.
Yes, say the name for me now.
The name is Fitzroy. That's the
Fitzroy,
name.
all right.
Fitzroy got you. So that's what FG Enterprise stands for. But the person who was there talking about no new taxes. We all need to look at where all these whole heap of revenue comes about in the first place. That they could stockpile it, because that's what they do. Then they stockpile it, and then they do the reclassification of the public sector workers, and then it look like they get a big increase when in some cases most people even end up worse off, because what they do is some people who used to get this allowance, that allowance, they just factor in everything into the pay, and then they give the 20% increase, and then they turn around and tax it. So it look like they get a big increase at the same time. Most people end up worse off. And you, the person who is talking about that, if you were listening and following, then you could hear the cries from the many public sector workers who end up worse off than what they were before, because many of those who used to get these allowance and so forth, those allowance never used to be taxed. But everything is taxing now. But the revenue generation comes from out of the economic reform program piloted by Dr. Peter Phillips as finance minister. Steve Mark Golding here, who passed the mountains of legislative pieces of legislation in the parliament, so lay the foundation for the tax reform and everything, so which simplify how people pay tax and all of that. Yes, because one time people used to have to go here so and pay this and go here so and pay that. Now you can just go one place and pay everything and all of those things. And that changed the whole taxation system. And then you see a lot of revenue start coming to the government based on the whole tax reform. Yes? Now, one of the things that I don't like, because some people don't pay attention to certain things. There's one thing that I pay attention to is when a person is in front of the microphone and talking, I pay very keen attention to what they said. Now, when I hear somebody talking about the 3 mile overhead, 3 mile overhead is part of what you call major infrastructure development program. Widening of Constant Spring Road, Agley Park Road, Barbican improvement, this road down in Westmoreland, road from Mineral Heights to Veer, Marcus Garvey Drive, Mandela Highway, this bridge in the North Clarendon, plus the road that go along with it. The St. Thomas Road, where them change the toll road into the road improvement where it can done and so by them if you dig up back. All of those infrastructure development program fall under major infrastructure development program which they inherited. But what I hear, this Prime Minister stand up in front of a microphone and say he never inherit no infrastructure development program from the previous administration, which is a lie. Number
Make an answer to that before you finish.
hold on. Number two.
Hold on there. It best make him answer to it then.
All right, make him on.
One, because then we are going to lose track of the conversation.
Yeah, all right. So if the infrastructure that you're talking about, if you look at the main, what do I call it? I don't want to say dynamics, I don't really make no sense there, but why you think that right? So if normally Portia in a power and then in a power and the road finish, that politician get to name the road based off of them party, right? Do you know that who construct every one of them? Both 3 mile, all of the new highway that is built is the Chinese. No, government of Jamaica did not post the infrastructure on any of those highways that was built. It was the Chinese, and that the negotiation was we construct the road and then get something in return. So I'm not going to sit here. Listen. I am not going to sit here and say Andrew Holness or a PMP or JLP.
Right,
None of their.
Apparently, you don't know what happened.
All right. So wait. Hold on there. Hold it right there.
Hold on.
You notice what I'm saying? I'm not talking who built the road. You know. You can listen what I say. He says he never inherit.
No, but it's nothing for them to inherit because it
no.
What
you mean?
Hold on.
It wasn't an idea of a PMP.
Hold on. No.
Let me hear Cosmo interject on this now.
Hold on. Marcus Garvey Drive, Mandela, 3 mile, Constant Spring, Agley Park Road. Right? Those road project was the brainchild of Portia Simpson Miller administration.
There's the same thing. Major infrastructure development program is the same program.
Well, Portia Simpson Miller is the one that went to China, borrowed the money, and in China, right? $2.2 billion she borrowed in China. Signed the deal with China Harbor to come and to do the work, right? So when the road was slated to do, is the same time the general election called 2016. and
Some of it did start
Listen,
already.
listen.
Some of it did start already.
One
Right.
mistake when I make when I keep on and say the country doesn't go to other countries and beg
Brother.
them to fix the board.
Oh, yes, they do, brother. Yes, they do, brother.
Listen, is the Chinese
No,
or
brother.
whatever or Argentina,
No.
they come to say that listen, we are
No.
for you this. No,
No.
oh my,
No, sir. No,
No,
sir.
brother.
You're wrong there, sir.
You go to them with a
And you want to
proposal.
go on the NWA website or Google it and take care of the
Proposal went to
NWA
China.
website and you
Proposal
read it.
went to China, and she had a meeting with Xi Jinping, and they borrowed $2.2 billion to do the 5 road infrastructure. And the road that leads to St. Mary into it. So. That road was into it. So. Right?
Because what the Chinese did want, they wanted Goat Island. If the people can remember, when the environment people them said ball out and I said no.
They wanted to
Yeah.
leave Ghost Island.
You understand? Because that the Chinese, that is what the Chinese them did want, in relation to all of these
and
developments.
don't you think that and then me, all right, so I have an argument with somebody about that couple weeks ago regarding Goat Island, right? We look on the situation what happened in US now. US and China is in a confrontation, right? And if that keep on happening, normally if anything for go US, it have to go US first from China to come to if things
So what? Where you just say a while ago?
normally a lot of goods when it come from US, it go to come from China, it goes to US, and then it move from US come to Jamaica, right? Yes, oh my. Why
No.
would you so stop being
No,
so
brother.
difficult?
No.
Yet,
No goods no left from China got something, brother. When the goods leave from China come to Jamaica to go to the Caribbean.
no,
Jamaica is a transshipment hub, brother.
so wait there now. If you order something from China, which address you put in? You put in a Jamaica address?
You order something from China. If you order something from China, you put it on a ship and it comes straight to Jamaica, brother.
Which Jamaica? You put in a Jamaica port
If
address.
you're ordering goods from China, ship comes directly from China to Jamaica, brother.
No, a large ship cannot come to Jamaica.
What mean a large ship can't come to Jamaica?
Sir, oh my God.
Every large ship come to Jamaica.
Brother, you see on the door
Every big ship.
in PJ time they drench the harbor so that you can have a large ship something there. In PJ time the harbor
Island was the idea of a large ship coming.
No, brother, no Goat Island, no Goat Island. Goat Island was a military base. The only thing I ever thought was that they tried to start a military base in Goat Island. The harbor where you see out there, so it has been drenched so that it can accommodate large cargo ship, and everything come from China, come to Jamaica, and then it dispersed from Jamaica and smaller vessels to go to the Caribbean islands and something in South America and Central America. Jamaica is what they call a transshipment hub, brother.
Yep. And that's why they expand the ports like that.
No goods no left from Jamaica go United China go United States and come back to Jamaica. You're crazy?
No, sir. No, sir.
So Jamaica have a hub where they can occupy those large ship, right?
So the slim off all the while.
It's what carry the bus. What carry the bus them? What carry them? I don't know look ship. It's a big something in a boss man.
Even a car ship and something. And
me can't tell you because me work at the wharf when me go on the ship. When there's something that come out.
The name of them, right? Them not call them ship, right? Right. Every large vessel can dock in Jamaica. Jamaica has
all of them
for that from way back in a PJ time. So the same time
Jamaica are the biggest port, seven biggest ports. So all water.
Read my background. I just put it up, y'all. So I want to continue the conversation, but just want to know.
And everything come to US and God, Jamaica.
Nothing. Everything will leave from China, come straight to Jamaica. Then it pack on smaller vessels and sent to the other Caribbean state them, right? Jamaica is what you call a transshipment hub. That's why everybody want war. That's why different. The French did lease it out, and now them turn it over to China.
Oh, cargo comes straight and goods go to US.
Yes, you say Jamaica store carrying out for other Caribbean country.
No, I know about the car. I know about the car situation. I know about that fact.
Right now, I wait on the sile for set. Where them dump up. I don't know if you ever travel on the Portmore toll. Right? When you're going across the piece that they over to the right hand side, where them dump up, they are set them away on the that for set. For them start something because you're supposed to have a big reefer something there. Port over there. Right? We keep something reefer containers.
But so what I'm trying to say at the end of the day, right? Majority of the inflation what's happening is not an Andrew. I mean, I'm gonna say a PNP
It's Andrew Wallace is his government. The government is supposed right. Yeah.
If someone asks a question, if chicken price raised tomorrow, right? Without Andrew saying nothing out of theme park. That's what you're trying to say.
It's his government. It raised under his government.
So all right. So
The same way when things used to raise under PNP government, only used to blame PNP government.
No, yeah, that's what I'm saying. No, on you can't say inflation and call it tax at the same time. You can't.
But Andrew Wallace
I'm
not do the
explain
same
that
thing.
still. But hold on 1 second. Because Caution come on and Mitchell come on and make we open up. And Miss Tiny, you ain't hear your voice in a little while. So make we open up the panel a little bit while.
I know why hear my voice gonna just give the distraction people them to just chat and get real the program.
Who are the
Some of them when me
Miss Tiny, who
labor
are
right
the
them.
distraction? So
The labor right them.
but right, I one labor right in the panel.
More will come up and come out and chat to them come out. We
So
don't
you
want
don't
the
like this one, so
distraction.
you not learn from the topic. You not see how they hold the
No
crowd. You not learn
problem.
from the topic.
Them
No
are learning
problem.
the platform more. So you're
No,
talking.
man, it's a good platform. I go on, Miss Tiny,
My girl,
man.
me not say it's
Seriously.
not a good platform, but me can learn from labor because what them a tell me and what me know from back in the days to what me a
But Miss
sent
Tiny, you
it.
have to
Them
understand
can
this is
learn
not
me.
just but it's not just about you, it's about the masses, especially the younger people. You might
Yes.
know, but we have to teach the others, right? So we
Yeah,
have
but
to be open and,
yes.
and have that type of discussion.
Yes, Abba, but the thing is this. When them come in the box and talking nonsense, I can't take that. Because they are lies and they love to tell people that PMP are liars, PMP lie. And it's the same thing they are doing and I can't bother with that. Just like, Mama Sam was on their platform and the engineer did attack him crap and thing. But Mama Sam do. So when I wanted the real and the lies and then when me looking at the comments, people are disrespect Portia and PJ. Me not like that I
All right, I appreciate. Well, you know, sorry if you feel that way, but I do think if we want to get across and meet the masses, because we have to understand that at the end of the day there's a goal to this, and the goal is to get PMP back in power because we know that they are the better government for Jamaica. Yeah. And the way to do that is to educate and to teach, right? So you might know it, you know, but a lot of people don't understand.
Yes.
So you see, just like one of the JLP coming out the box, you know. And when Cosmo down back and Dr. Cole start talk to him, and them start asking certain questions, you realize them admit and say, yeah, you know, me never know that. You know, me never know that. All right, me need to do a little more research. That's what we want to do. You understand? We're not going to reach all of them, you know.
Alexandra, you better you come down.
We need
All
to
him.
go down.
Exactly, all him. Let me tell
When
you
you
something. Go on
Alexandra
your
about
thing, man. Me
PMP,
go and listen.
but you swim. I see
Yeah,
you.
man, I pay a
No, you
disrespect.
see
Them a
that now that's
disrespect
a
in the
disrespect. All right, Miss
comments.
Tiny. You see, there's a difference with disrespect and there's with and just somebody with a difference of opinion. That was a disrespect, so kick them out and block them. But if them just have a difference of opinion, we not have to kick them out. We just can't have a proper dialogue with them and nothing wrong with
Yeah,
that.
me not talk about who in the box.
Yeah,
Who in the
but the
box,
root
some
people
of
them got
the
to
lie
go.
them a tell. But
Okay.
those what in the comments, me a talk about. When me hear people are disrespect, my party and my leaders, them is very mad.
Understood.
Because we are all Jamaican. We are all one. But at the end of the
You
day,
know,
one.
you know, me now go over them platform, go even comment. Me need even listen to some of them. When me go over there and see them and say all my comment them in them box and them at this them, me just pass, you know. Because me can turn on my life and take panic till till morning and a business going
Yes,
over
Mama
time.
Sam,
Yeah.
that's why we not accommodate them over for
Yeah.
one because when them over our when we over for them, our
Yeah.
comments are talk
Disrespectful.
something and then not like it, then kick
We
we
Black
have to,
way.
out.
we have
Yeah.
to be able to set ourselves apart, right? When a
Different,
company
yeah.
that they are not them, so we don't want to be like them. So
Yeah,
just
I know
because
that.
they are that, we have to be better, right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that's the thing. We have to be better. You can't accost them and then we want to be like them. So we need to be better than them. So we will accommodate them as long as they are respectful. And in some time, they're saying information that they probably heard and it might be wrong information. And they themselves haven't done enough research to fully understand the concept of it all. And when you have the people them in the box, educate them and so each one teach one, and that's the whole point of it,
Them no want to learn. Some of them no want to learn.
But we
No,
don't
me
want
not.
about the one them who want to learn. We are talking about the one them who want to learn.
Yeah, but they
Me
are.
not talk about the one that in the box,
All right,
Because as
Titanic.
far as me see, them not start disrespect yet.
Marshall,
But
where you
some
have
of
to
them
say,
will take
Marshall?
people go suck them woman or them weird.
Marshall.
Caution.
No, caution, the one up at top.
Michelle.
Oh, Mitchell.
Michelle.
Hello? Him not ready yet. Take him now.
All right. So
Alright.
the other thing that I wanted to say alongside the
One
major
second enterprise. Fitzroy, sorry. Caution. Wagwan.
I want to tell you some lose track of the conversation because the children just at the back and forth, me not even remember which part was there and when we don't want to say. So I go wait until the conversation kind of pick up back.
Alright, I respect that. Go ahead and continue there, Fitzroy. Enterprise.
Yeah, man. All right. So the other thing now where the hear him banter about and beat up them chest about is the economic reform program. They make it seems as if it started with them, and they paint this picture, this glowing picture, like they are the ones who started it, and they are the ones who is on top of it when they inherit that also. Yes. And then now, me see him carry a charge of parliament. When a Tuesday down him carry a charge. When him did a film budget presentation. A Tuesday.
No,
Right.
Thursday, last week Thursday.
Last week him carry one chart go to parliament and I say, oh, and I show you how poverty go up and how it come down and go. So they look at it and I say,
Speech off.
you see, he has this thing about him where he tries to paint everything like it is the JLP government do everything good and the PNP do everything bad. But there's one thing what me notice, me or somebody said earlier on, them upscotch around this 4-year period between 2012 come to 2016, them always a upscotch that around that. And I go back to the 70s and the 90s. Them not talk about this thing, you know why?
They can't match it. They cannot match it.
Because this is where the economic reform program start from.
EPA.
You understand? It starts with the whole legislative framework, right? And you have the EPAC now that was headed by now the Bank of Jamaica Governor Richard Biles. Yeah?
It was the oversight body for the economy.
Exactly. But then now change the name now and call it one different name.
You change the name, call it one different name, and I get the same job.
Yeah, the same job, but you see, true because them want to stay claim.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It is the whole idea of that, is to stay claim on it. When you talk about part, them talk about a food stamp program. Food stamp program is totally different from part. Totally different. Food stamp where baby mother used to go and just collect whatever them collect and them got it. Part is different. Part of take the picnic from in a bit of go right through high school to university. Yeah? So part is totally different. When they talk about rural agriculture development authority, rather, them talk about a river, everything when you say, them say, this or that, because them want to make it look like say, and the JLP is something. You understand? Just like how them going to say about Portmore. Portmore was Siaga idea.
Portmore from 1950.
Excuse me. All when me never born in them time day. All when me never born in them time day. If you go read, you can see where from in 1950s where the idea come up and them just make the causeway and make the dike road to block off the what the river name again?
Rare Kobe.
The Rare Kobe River. Yes. And it is after that now them start dump up the place and you understand to make it ready for house to can make. And the first big scheme when make over there was Independence City. But in the 70s, the amount of scheme we make up on the Michael Manley regime over there stuff. Scheme, school, and you name it.
Hold on, if we put in that center, if I remember that when you dump land, you can't build on it same time, you have to set even make it the years make it set. Right?
You understand? Just like how you said them do that now with the part where they want to expand the port.
Right. It has set.
Right. It's just the same as that. It have a set. But what I'm saying is that I don't like when people talk and them tell lie. And then why
Mama son, I don't know right now make me block. When you block a Max row me there in the comment, me never want you respond to him, just block him. Scroll up there, I don't know what going why. Me think me I block it, but it now that more that comment they remove off of the block that person. We not argue with them, but take them off. I tell you can comment, but no bother with the disrespectful foolishness. Max,
yes,
take him off.
That's true too, because you can go over some place and go even right. If you go there right now, them block you, them kick you.
Hey, them block him already.
So can me block him too, but we still see the comments. Something alright. Okay, alright, continue.
It was still there, man.
All right.
It was still there, but you can't write no more. Yes,
okay.
You have to mute the comments.
So
disappear.
When them come to somebody like me, where me know certain things, a man can't come to me and tell me about no new taxes, like where Muslim I say. Not go stop. Because guess what? They come with 1.5 and say them are going to do it without taxes. Because you're not government, so you don't know. Them say they need to go do it without taxes.
Cabbage price drop. I wish about a cabbage price drop. One enough man and start text, so if you don't know one I text.
All right. So we're gonna talk about the food price and everything, right? And then when I said some deals back in the 90s, right? This is where all me look at certain things, right? So normally we have 2 ways how everybody can grow food nowadays, right? Fertilize, and then first go to the chemical part when everybody knows they use the chemical and grow food. Now we know normally over the years things and time are gonna change, right? But this is where me say it's not everything you ever blame the politician or the prime minister. This is where you blame sometimes the Jamaica people them to enhance and bring up to the point.
Who's to blame for the prime minister or the government around the country?
No. So if you have a company and your company now make progress, you have to blame the prime minister or you blame yourself. This is with them.
The prime minister, because that means the progress now go on. I bet it's a race and the progress now go on.
All right. So if normally some goods in Jamaica, right? Everybody normally say majority.
You don't say, I know you're up here. You're up here almost an hour or two with me, and I know nothing where you talk. Me not learn nothing after what you say. I swear. Me not get nothing where you say because you not say nothing. We learn, bro. Because all you talk about the prime minister, you not learn nothing. Me not learn nothing after you, sir.
So Muslim, all of them things that what you say you see are going in the country, you give the prime minister credit for. Why you give him credit for the good things, but they can't give credit for the bad things?
All right. So if you say the bad things, what you mean by the bad stuff? At the prime minister, outline them and them.
So you know, hear them tell you and you say we can't blame you for them something. There you want to repeat them back.
Inflation, the inflation.
Don't blame.
Inflation.
That I'm saying that if majority if goods come from China and China say them are gonna stop selling goods. Yeah, and then
Muslim.
listen.
Muslim.
All right.
No, but I ask you, when the unemployment from starting come out to 3.8%, you know, give him credit fee. But when the inflation come from starting about when the information come from starting about inflation, you know, say we not fit blame him for that.
And the
We don't
poverty
understand. So you selectively choose one want to give credit to and one want to own up.
No politician at all control inflation because inflation is not a one country.
politician
So
country.
so does any politician control an unemployment rate?
Yes, them control unemployment, but it don't control
How
inflation.
they
Is a
control
hypocrite you.
unemployment rate.
Is a hypocrite.
All right. So when Andrew came in power and
Is a hypocrite.
listen up, when Andrew come in power and implement the overseas investor to come in at the country, basically him did announce that and you can go check when he announced the world investor, he might try to get investor in the country. So
Muslim.
So now investor create job.
Listen to me now, Virgin. There's no way from God given earth. You can tell me say every good thing where you can point to out of the government, you can say yes, Andrew make that happen. But all of the negative in the government, you can tell me say Andrew for blame. Wait a man, wait a Virgin. Hey, hold on, bro. Just wait a man. You have one right place where give out stats in Jamaica, right? The Statin Institute. And when it give out the stats that unemployment rate is at 3.5%, you take credit for that and you run with it and Andrew cause it, right? But when them give out the information say inflation is at 4% and increasing, and Andrew for blame about that. But I can bet if inflation to go to 1%, you wouldn't tell we say, yeah, Andrew cause it because Andrew do this and Andrew that. Brother, you are just being a typical hypocrite. You are just being a person of the Jamaica Labour Party and trying to sell the party in a best way possible and not speak about anything bad because apparently for you, Andrew Owens have done nothing wrong. I did nothing wrong throughout
we're gonna ask
years.
One last question and kind of we're gonna say, thank you for your time. But I have one question before we ask you, to let you go, Muslim. You definitely was a respectful, appreciate that. But I have one question before we say thank you and good night. Was there anything from all the discussion you have heard on here that was enlightening to you that makes any sort of a difference or you learned absolutely nothing? Be honest, and then I'll say thank you and have a great day.
Good day, God talk before him come down.
Hold on, go again.
Oh, Miss Tiny, I have something to say first.
No, she doesn't forgive me at all, but clearly Muslim.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, man. Muslim is a biased individual and he might try to act decent, which him is not, because the clearly state every government do a level of positive. That is no question. What is the level of negativity that you do determine if you stay in power or not? And clearly this man cannot identify no negative that the government is doing after the Jamaican people. I even have a question if this man is Jamaican. I must say I'm a Muslim, I wonder if the Middle East him come from. You understand what I say? So it's clearly this man bias.
But when you give me a chance to
make the host make a yeah.
All right, go ahead.
Well, I want you to ask back our question to you.
Okay. Yeah, so, Muslim, I was really just saying, number one, I wanted to say, even though I agree with the sentiments of the others, I do find, whatever, but I want to, I just want to thank you for being respectful while you're here, and we're going to say, thank you. But before you go, I just wanted to ask, of everything you have heard from the panel, whether they've gone off or just came on, did you learn anything? Was there anything that was enlightening to you, or nothing was different? It's the same information.
I was listening carefully, and I learned a bit. So,
would you mind sharing like just one thing that was enlightening?
It's all right.
No, okay, no worries. Thank you, I appreciate that, and thanks for joining.
A pressure come take him now. Nah, manage it.
At least him admit saying him.
Yeah.
I wish individual just a speak a while ago. You can't deal with the man so rush, you know, man. That come like you cut him up with
Yeah,
on
but the
paper.
lady is both. The lady is the co so she do what and she doing that.
No much you can't be. You come like you are traveling a double-edged sword that chop him up
No,
neatly
sir.
and
The
finally.
lady, the bit.
I know that Mama San just mentioned something when we realized, and I went to say you've been up here a couple of hours, I never even realized, you know. And British attack to here in background.
British, so when you come up here with a mix up on a platform for. And that you come up here for, come down, man. But I want you, and that you come up here for.
How am I say?
You know,
No,
see the
man,
voice note them a play, everybody mix
you
up.
run it alive.
And I like, if they pan some mix up something.
But you know what? I must say, I as much as you can see the obvious bias, there was obvious bias there. I respect how he was respectful, speaking his point. But I don't think there's nothing wrong with having those type of respectful conversation, even though we're both seen from different perspective. Sometimes it's good for us hear where them are come from so we can know how to rebuttal or how we can rephrase some of the conversation we have on here to make sure we are reaching the masses.
Yeah.
For what they're saying, you know, them said on the platform with amongst other people, nobody to rebut them, you know. And
Yeah.
what we're thinking, so what they're saying is the truth.
Exactly. So we have to kind of be that. You know what? Everybody has say, well, oh, if them say that I must true, I must so it go when. You know, just through somebody so intelligent, I mean nothing.
One of them is so
But co-host, you can't change the DP.
To what?
Why?
No, it's a person here with this green thing in it doesn't me eye, man. It hurt me eye.
Oh, I don't want to play some PMP, but
Yeah, man.
background, so.
Yeah, man, I'm background to green, man. It hurt me eye.
No, Katie Eva, me are the co-host, the host and Mama San. Just me, the co-host, not the me are the co-host.
Sorry. No, me I talk about the person name. What them name F Gentle or whatever them want name.
Oh, I think I'm business.
Hey, you know, so I never gonna put it up
PLP,
on
man.
it. I never gonna put it
Yeah,
up
man.
on there now when it's the green, you know, but just realize that
Me tell you,
I never gonna put
Tell
it
him.
up.
if you want to hear me, I listen keenly when him talking. I say, I would have a name, but a PMP.
Yeah, man, but tell him to change him background. Else him business with bloom. Him business never go down with that sort of color.
Yeah,
You
I never
understand?
time, that's true.
You see, because, Katie, you see, because me ignorant for them. Me no want in a box with them, you know. This not me I tell you, because me not the bag argument with them. I want to time me go over upon them live, you know, I do John live, you know.
And then
And
this
two comments me make for nothing, I kick me off, you know.
Oh, so me understand the personal vendor that you have, you know.
Yes, man.
You
Let me
see?
tell you, last time I run to kick them off and Mr. Them, man. So, man,
Then I don't need to show you, me in the bag of shot with
I'm
fire.
going to ask you a similar question now. Regardless, even of Steve bias, the conversation never enlighten you upon certain things, even if it's
Yeah. The one named Muslim. The one named Muslim, it's never too bad.
It's not too bad, yeah.
Yeah, come answer question. And now come back D&G. Yeah, when
But we never disrespectful now, no. So we give him props for that. But
what the one when
we
name
can't
ever
manage
come
it
up
now,
in a people back? Engineer.
Oh, gay
want
engineer.
to talk. Him just want to talk and nobody enough to talk. Just him alone want to talk.
That's why I come off and go their life to them, man.
Yeah, me know
Because I'm
that.
like a film platform.
Exactly, and that's how them behave. Them go on like a freedom platform, and you can't do it with freedom platform. Because as you go up down and say something, then you see in the comments you lied, and you this and you that. You know what I mean? I like when time beside.
Come down and say no. Him guess we not like him just tell the box to this stuff good enough. And that's about him guess we not like who, but we got foreign country go follow them rules. You see, a Muslim. You see like you do
No, but listen, foreign country, You have to follow the rules because rule and regulation they everywhere. It's only Jamaica, nobody no follow rule.
Yeah,
Because
can't it's not
if
that
they head of the government, if they head of the government now follow rule, where you left the other rest of people them to
people
do.
for them.
Okay.
A true
With
man.
the America, we have to follow the rule because we see everybody have follow the rule.
Yes.
Let me tell you something that's true. You know, when the first time he said that about Jamaican, we come a foreign and follow rule and don't follow it in them home was during COVID. With the vaccine, and everyone, take him, I say, hold on. But if every single person who was getting a visa, I come through a filing, only did have to take it, I want to take it quick. Because you know, you could not get the green card without it, but in the public economic, it seems like you not take it. For you protection, but you know, you're not going to take it for the visa.
Exactly, because they want to come a foreign.
But them still going to take it.
Exactly.
Hypocrite them.
Hypocrite. One day they will be like, yo, no, listen to
I never
them.
said no, but me not have to take it. And Johnson, me take the one dose. I say, yo, forget about it. But when me take it, I whole of a side effect me get. Whole heap.
Me did that. You know why you get the side effect?
give me diabetes.
Mama son,
It give
because
me
a 2-in-1. It's a 2-in-1. It's 2-in-1. You take, you just take the one shot.
It give me diabetes, it give me high blood pressure, give me all type of fuckery.
I know it,
Because
dear.
the truth is you took no, it probably the Johnson & Johnson was known to have a lot of effects. That was one of the ones that in fact it had taken off the market for a woman at certain age. So that was the one my doctor told me I could not take that one particularly. So
Right.
But what I'm telling you is because it's a 2-for-1. The one that me get, the one that me get, a 2 time me take it. Different from the boot shop. But listen, you say Johnson, a thin man. And a really for woman. Because you know a man love injection. So at the end of the day, if them even take the one shot, then now go back and take the second shot. So then just get the 2-in-1.
Kill all your nature, you know. It kill all your nature, make you want to say.
I lie, I tell you, because I do, I mean, I'm old, me still feel fit. And I can do it if I have to.
But not I'm tiny, me attack. You never take the one me take.
Eh?
You never take the one that me take.
What you tell? Wait near Madonna, wait one name.
Johnson.
That's why me I tell you, say that wasn't for real woman, that for the man. Because it's a 2-in-1, a one shot in a 2.
Yeah, the Johnson & Johnson, them the top woman from Turkey.
Yeah, that's strong. It's strong.
But when you take... glad to kill it still, so I'm glad to kill it.
You don't want to do nothing?
You don't want
to do nothing?
No, sometime and next time in another mood.
You're lucky.
No, all age. You don't need to accept on the age. That is straight up all age.
No, all age don't do nothing. All age make you want more than what you do.
Aye.
We can learn about perimenopause and menopause. A perimenopause you're in a whole age.
Come on now. Not one age, all the Jamaica talk about all.
Yes, yeah.
In America, don't talk about all girl. I'm 70 years old and I feel young as all. I feel I can't do it same way.
Yeah, alright.
Yeah, you pass. But remember, you know, you pass them stage, you know, you pass the perimenopause. You're in at the overside, you're up on the next side, the good side. We don't reach over there. So the girl that got through perimenopause. Now you know vaccine, perimenopause that. That's before you go to menopause. We reach that age there. And that's something them don't talk to us women about. When you go through all them teams where you can't have no decent, because the doctor them not talk to you about it. You can't
menopause. You want a young boy, Miss Tiny.
No, not a young. If he's like 59 going 60, that's fine, but not under.
No, but Miss Tiny 60 and them the age, something want help to stand up, man. You have to take something in the 40s.
No. My man 56-year-old and he can't stand up.
Okay. Kashan, you hear that?
Hey.
Tell them don't mix you up. Kashan, tell them don't mix you up.
Too big for me.
Don't broke you out.
Yeah, right. My name is because.
Caution, my speed. Caution, that's how I'm
Your name easy to call. You know how much time I on screen recording me hear all your name I call up, you know. Your name really easy to call, Caution.
No, sir. Sometimes, yeah, somebody say, ball out, this tiny, ball out.
No, sir, me not ball out at all. When it go when me no want it, go me just bite me lip.
So, Mr. Tiny, I'm going to say out. Mr. Tiny,
Eh?
I'm out.
Well, sir,
Will you bite your lip or your gum?
me bite me lip. Me not fear in the teeth for bite me lip. Me can squeeze me. I say, go here, baby, we have to run like a joke sometimes. We not have to get ignorant and mad from one another. But
Yeah,
me mad from the labor right them.
yes,
When them
man.
come in the box with me. Oh.
Oh, the man, they
Me
love in my box. 7 minutes him send request and him a come with him bag and mixed up here. I don't want to hear in my box.
Oh.
One name British top man, we just come up with him top man play.
Who you talk, Baskin?
A basking?
Me no know who you talk.
Him the just not the box.
Oh, they just in the box while I go. Buzzling?
Been touch. You don't know him.
We no want a distraction, right, you know. From morning, them appear a distraction. Me no see engineer run over here. And you know what I notice? You see when time one come, and you put them in the box, when you're looking at the comment section, all of them run come over like them plan.
No, but my finger upon it, my analysis upon it, my finger always put out, you know. So all of the man them in the box for you, so when you hear about Mr. Tiny and me attack, so if it's vaccine kill the nature, none of them not say nothing. Me have someone tell you know for the man them when I stand up too long, you know. I'm very stand for man.
Where you have? Bring me back.
Certain conversation you're not supposed to hold with Miss Tiny. Miss Tiny is genuine.
Cosmo, you know me, you don't take tea, you know, so don't call my name.
What's the Cosmo?
Certain conversation you must not hold with grandma.
So why? Grandma have nature too.
You don't look so.
Eh? Grandma have nature too, but you know easy Cosmo. You understand that right? But you know easy.
Yes. Grandma not supposed to be talking to make people know that she's doing nothing. Grandma,
Why not? Why not?
you're messing up the child. You're messing up the children. Them psychic.
No,
No, I want them eyes to certain things. Let me tell you. One of the ministers said no secret no day now.
Grandma can't hardly walk. Grandma can't hardly walk, but grandma, you can't feel. Imagine grandma foot in the
Well,
ear.
really say why I go, Papa. I'm telling you, I walk with a stick.
Yeah,
Me
you
don't walk with stick. Me strong I healthy. Me I work. Me got my work. Me come in. Me do.
Mr. Tiny, remember say you know have nothing for dead, you know. Them always going a problem, because them have something for dead, you know.
You
That's why
think?
some of them do waste time for man.
Why you I don't want when you bring me back here. You can't tell Cosmo, I look like you want some.
And every day of politics, Tiny and duration for man. Let me show now it's here. You can buy it and people know.
This way, Evan.
Check the big.
Yeah.
Check the big screen.
Oh, where they drop? Teacher, Cosmo, the remedy I me have to know. It name KY duration for man. It you know spray two tap on it, and then they make it work from now till the morning. Teacher?
No man, me can't buy that from one woman. Me have to buy that from one man. You know not the straight fan.
Mama stand a chin from just school. How you deal with me, sir?
No, too many years to stop my in the back, man. I mean, never want that.
And my son turn up the TV for me, man. Me a born PMP. What you do to me?
No, she never.
Sorry about that, man.
She just say you're
Me a indoor. Me a cluster manager now up a balcony driving a mama.
All right, my boss.
And me follow the vote them go Rosalie Avenue and make sure them go in our church we come.
All right.
Respect, Papa.
Take it, man. No, politics that goes over. That is the background.
But me just make you know, say me, man, mama from just school at Chin.
All right, Chin, big up yourself, my brother.
All right, mama.
Me I sell this. Me I send some of them come to Jamaica. Me I sell them. You give duration for man. You spread for your body. You work for no till the morning. So that
Me blood. So no mash up, girl, I go mash up down here, man.
you now go give you an heart attack.
Miss Tiny, big up yourself, Miss Tiny.
Big up yourself, my brethren. Me love how you love the talk when you talk. Why not? You make sure you scare out everybody now, cause me a Jules Van Heights too, you know.
I want
Me
to
know
tell
a
Miss
bad
Tiny.
gene.
As somebody will know you will walk up and down with Patrick Roberts to talk to you.
Okay.
Make sure no vote for Buck, you know.
Yeah, man, we give Buck a chance, man. We have to work with the comrade we get, you know. Cause we want to get rid of Andrew Wallace like 2011. Him now get back his seat again.
Man, save your church.
How you mean? You have to work on it, yeah.
Yeah, man. Cause right now some canvassing where I do you see me there talk to you.
Okay.
Yeah,
All
man.
right, God bless.
Yeah, we are
But put some
get rid of
orange for
every
your
dead
big
labor right off our list so they can't vote again.
You see it. We
Yeah.
want to kick out the Prime Minister, can not deal with nothing.
No progress.
Him not
No
see
problem.
him. He falls water.
You know, see them a
Me
give
have to
people
buy.
water and as the minister gone, them draw back the water from the people. The water this
Pull down the pipe and go with it.
You saw them wicked?
Poor bossing.
them too out of order.
I tell you, man, I show boasting thing them depend, man.
You know, remember saying, an election a come up, you know, so them a want to try to do everything
Hold on, but
what
that's
them can do
no,
to
no,
draw
sir.
the
I know
people
what
there.
I
But
really take.
people
Man,
not buy them thing.
I really take the man take Jamaican for fool, sir.
Yes, man. What that?
Man, I
But
no
if,
respect the people, you know.
if
Then hold on,
Jamaica
then
people
make you all of
want
them
gun
think them
food,
and make a Cuban doctor them steer. And look how much of them have gone back on their yard.
The man have a IS bus with a pump in it, and so and it's sitting a pump water. When the man go tell the people them say a pipe water put in it, something.
As the news camera, them leave him send back the water commissioner go take it back up.
I don't know what them put on.
People that video it and put it up.
Yeah, them did put on stuff and then they put on the stop pipe.
Them have the pipe connected.
Mama Sam, me they send it to you, you know, because one comrade send it to me, share it to me, and me they send it to you. Me don't know if you see it.
The man, them have the IS bus, have the drum in there with the water and the pump,
Yeah.
and then connect it up and send it up to something. And with the man, they turn on the faucet, and I tell the people them say water in your pipe. As the people, something the man will take it down and go on with it. The public
Pull it down.
A public stuff the man put by the people, you know. Yeah.
That him do. You know, sister, that him do all the time.
No, sir, man, you're a wicked man.
And my thing is, how can PMP be okay with that? Well, I don't care where you come from. How can any human being be okay with that?
Can labor agree with that?
Labor rights, sorry. Thanks for the correction.
Yeah, man. As the minister gone, then just pull down everything. You know, see people them wicked, man.
Yeah.
And for those who don't know, the labor right, them will come see a lie. Just a moment ago or a couple hours ago, there was a young lady directly from St. Mary was in the box who was there.
Yeah.
So beyond the video where we see will go viral by now, we had a young lady in St. Mary that was in the box earlier who said yes, that is true. She was there.
Yeah. That may I show you with them out of order. Election I come up, you know, see all one when me saying come give Mama Sam with the truck. I drop the little mall. The little mall. In a they patrol them.
But you've been in government for 9 years and you have to come to it, and this year come with now and say you want a third term?
Yeah. Yep. And that the people I'm happy for.
This is what you're using to say you want a third term. You can't come with no policy where you fulfill and you have to come with gimmicks. You bring you set up a pump inside a van and pump water and then like you say you never know, so van have to go back where it come from.
Remember them on a campaign of lie and propaganda, you know.
Lie and deception.
Where them walk around and tell be lies.
Exactly.
You see me? Because if you understand the ground, you know, when you talk about politics, you know, whenever they are in a power for more than 2 terms, the nation don't. Them don't put emphasis on education.
Yeah, because them turn fool because the 2 year where them get, the 2 term where them get, it's like them turn fool. So they must start to do a sort of crap.
I mean, if you tell you, every project the government run do overrun. Why? Another normal overrun in a billions of dollars what a overrun. So what them talk about? Cornwall not done yet, you know. And a $20 billion do it, refurbish it, you know. What them say them do? What them say them do? Build Spanish Town Hospital a refurbish. And known hospital no bill. Refurbish everyone of them refurbish. Renovate.
And them not doing a good job with that. And them up to par same.
Friends Lanky gets jealous of Dumbo.
What's on gone?
It might, comrades, it might sound harsh, you know, but in reality, the only thing increased since then is the morgues. There are more morgues and funeral homes than any other business in Jamaica.
Mm-hmm.
So that's.
I recently learned that one of the current members of the team right now, he actually owns some funeral home down here. Is that, did I hear that right? Anybody know what I'm referring to?
That me here. That me here, but me don't know when.
The rumors state coming in the corner.
I want to say, you don't want to come? You don't want to come beat me over here, you know, on Sunday. So I want to say there's no third term.
Well, well, let me ask you, do you want the third term?
Me? No, you asked me a question, but I'm going to answer you. You is a dieted PMP or you just you work with, you try to bring better to the country. You're one of that person there who want better for the country or you is a dieted PMP.
Me personally, but majority of people on the platform, including Mama Son, the host, I can tell you, they are dieted.
That's right. So if our party, you know me, man. Mama Son know me. I'm a friend.
No, that means say, however, we just respectful no matter, and it's about the betterment.
She had me, man. Me must have known, say I'm a virgin, man. I'm a straight virgin, me I tell you. Yeah, but what me I say now, it kind of hard, you know. And I truth me I tell you, you know, and from my heart, you know. You see, when you're a dieted person, it kind of hard for you to change. All when you know, radio. Cause right now, if our party now go on with nothing, she's still going to be a PMP.
Hold on, before you go any further,
make sense?
Hold on, before you go any further,
yeah.
Can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
Are you a dieted JLP or you want a JLP that want better?
No, mommy, I dieted JLP like a mama son a dieted PMP.
Okay,
she knows me a labor, right?
So you cannot, so what you're
okay, saying, so we can't really have a proper, okay,
exactly. Got it. It don't make no sense.
You're no, if I like you to ask me the question, like you, if you ask me a while ago, say, if you think, you know, you want the third term or wait.
All right, so may I ask you a question? You have a prime minister that going into a general election, right? He has seven members of his something, not the cabinet, we don't know if I cabinet. 7 members of parliament, right? That is involved in illicit enrichment that they don't want to disclose the 7 of them name. You have a prime minister that he himself was involved in involved in illicit enrichment, and he have a case where he brought the case to the court to get the court to force the High Integrity Commission.
All right. Before you go further, because I'm not really going to stay long for you. Run, you know. Me have one thing to say to you.
Hey, labor right, girl, come on for this number. Where you come up here, Bobo?
No, she didn't ask me.
Make your run from where
You see why me have to love her, so me and her trade sometime.
about her turn.
I can't kind of friend I'm like, you know? You don't take nothing personal. All right, mama, son. You're going to leave you, because cook me and cook. Love you, yeah?
You live in Jamaica.
Mama said,
Why? Hey, when she cuss me and I tell me fair things, you know. I know that she gonna come down me, you know.
So you don't live in how long now you leave Jamaica?
60 years.
6 years.
6, yeah.
6 years.
Mm.
So you leave Jamaica in the heart of the prosperity.
Yes.
But
Yeah, yeah. She don't make me actually answer for me. Anything what she say.
And then you left it. You left it. And then something because you can't deal with it. And then you want us to sit down another term underneath
Stop
it.
follow. And she and a labor me running. Stop follow stand. Yes, sister, I come nice up the place.
So why you
Nothing
not
like that, yeah. I work my come.
Prosperity.
I work my come, yeah.
Work you
Work
come.
my come. Yeah,
So
work
why you can't work at Jamaica?
No, man, I said, fan no say me a eagle, man. I sell me say, the amount of time they mash me up downtown by taking away my goods.
Sell
You really
yourself.
get fed up.
Government do it.
Hold on, sell yourself. So at 6 years you take it for buy goods to come back to Jamaica.
No.
So run off.
The runway.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Stay over.
So that's why I said you run in the heart of the prosperity.
Yes.
Yeah.
Right. So
I said it a prosper your own runway.
exactly.
What
Hold on.
no, but
Hold on. May I ask you a question? Have you ever were you doing Igla and Porsche time?
yeah, years, front of my years.
Hold on. Were you doing Igla and in Bruce Golden time?
Yeah.
Were you doing Igla and PJ time?
Yeah.
And were you traveling at the city while in all of those Porsche, PJ?
Long time. I travel long time. I got Smile and Curacao.
You never run
long
off.
time I travel.
You never run off before, but no, you choose to run off now.
So you want me to explain it now and tell you?
No, man, we don't need no explanation.
No, I'm going to explain it now. I 124 people over here.
Mm.
You see, when I come on the work program over here, I'm there at work, I always have a pain in my belly from Jamaica. When I search out every doctor and can't find our. Until me got the doctor over here.
Mm.
And doctor find out, say, you know, me have a cervical cancer.
Wow.
You know, so when the doctor find out that me can't come back home so quick, because you know the appointment, them and the long and the, you know that. You know that.
Mm-hmm.
I know me not done get a doctor because them still look, and every time I go, them say me fine, I'm all right. Them me do my surgery and everything, but you know, them still give you 6 months and, you know, and you 1 year for come back and them things. So me keep up them. So I said, you know what? Me not gonna leave them appointment here. Me not left them, but me don't know. Me don't know.
I will say this, Merlene. I'm sorry to hear that you had to go through.
I am not gonna.
Yeah.
Speak.
So and that's alone make me never get to come back down.
Yeah, hold on. I'm not gonna speak on your sickness because we don't brag about sickness, because sickness I know something where people did want, right?
Yeah.
So we're not good at so. We're not good at so. Oh,
no, but I tell you that make me die. Me couldn't get fit up, you know?
Well, I mean, no. I'm my sympathy goes to you, and I hope everything work out for you.
It work out, man. I'm good there now, man.
All right. Glad to hear that.
Yeah, man.
Ever know, I'm going to touch the point now because you have a government that has been refurbishing one hospital for the past 8 years.
Jesus.
Right?
So let me ask you a
question now. So let me ask you a question now.
Me can't put up with this video, you know. God,
Let me ask you a question now.
Ask me.
Now.
Yeah.
the Jamaican female that live in Jamaica that never get to travel out of Jamaica, and she realized that she have cervical cancer. Does this government put anything in place to provide the healing where you will get?
No, your man, him can't buy them the machine there.
What do you mean him can't buy the machine there?
On a fee money I buy it,
Yeah.
This man say?
Tell a lie. Them can't have, me I think wrong. Me I think
The
wrong.
same way how you have an ailment and you go overseas and you find out the reason for the ailment and you could get proper treatment and get cure for it. It's the same opportunity that the government should put to its people. So that even you over there you find out and it was your time to come back to your country and you could decide to, I go back home and treat it. Right? Because I would be around loved ones.
She wanna survive. She wanna survive
because
that's why I say, I move away from her sickness, I'm just using, say, for instance, the other Jamaicans, right? So that's simple. So that simple means that the government is not doing a good job.
Well, me no know, Me no know because me know say
Marley, the people say you choose to come in at the box to take question. We are asked you.
So we are me so you say the kitchen too hot, me I go come out time.
No, you can't come down, you stay and listen and we are question.
No, I cook.
No, man, no. Yeah, we are talk.
Me still come back. I cook. Me still come back. Me still come back.
No, Marlene, you have to be frank.
Me still come back. Be frank with what?
So, Marlene, so we'll ask you a question. Last question, Martin, before you go now. You still, based on what we just discussed a while ago, you still believe that Andrew deserves a third term?
Yeah, me a labor, so me a go vote. If me down there, me a go vote.
So that's why don't complain. Don't complain.
Marlene, you have your grandparents, you have your old people in Jamaica, and Andrew.
No, the whole of them gone. All of them. Remember, someone tell us say all of them gone.
Andrew kill them off in a COVID one.
No, not COVID. No, them gone before COVID. The whole of them gone before COVID.
What I'm saying, no, because them gone, you have family and friends and loved one of their Jamaica.
Me I'm a whole for pitting them and grandpitting them.
All right. I live off of the Cuban them, because when you pick them got children hospital, any hospital in Jamaica, and the Cuban them, and Andrew only two on visa, him all on pan visa for destroy Jamaica people, because anybody know take stick and the Cuban them gone. A problem at Jamaica right now.
Yeah, because we know the Cuban them do all
a wicked man like that. You want a wicked man like, remember Andrew wants to come to the Cuban them, in band come to the Cuban them in Jamaica.
Them for that Jamaica, man, them not feel left.
No, but Mama, under fair government, is something,
me I cook.
Hold on. Remember that.
Take me down, Mama, son. I cook.
No, don't take her down. Don't take her down yet. Remember that in the 80s, Siaga gave the Cuban them 24 hours to leave Jamaica, Remember, you didn't know that.
Yeah, look at that one about Marlene for follow them. Move at them every THEM. You all fat, you no love text and someone who can never spell. You know what got Jamal. We make marketing about the Jamal for somehow, where them pay for come over here.
No, said Damon Crawford speak on it. They're gonna go back, but it's what they're doing, they're gonna incentivize the teachers them for some teachers to teach back at the school them to teach others.
And the parents them go to the school, go learn.
Yes, the kids them go at morning time and the kids and the parents.
They must say they did have one they done from one time a Blair Church. They did have a Jamal class there too. Where you go? Yeah, Blair Church should have him. I wonder if them still have it. Them some of them need to go back at Jamal.
No man, this is kind of reading.
Understand reading and writing is really
fundamental,
Yeah, man, it really is. And when you have any man country with such a high illiteracy level for the adults, it's gonna be really hard to really see prosperity. You have to, and you can, but you have to start from the education. You have to focus on this man in a power enough. You know, see when do for the education, when propose for the education.
You have not done nothing for education. He's been in power for 9 years and they have not built one school. He has not built one school in the past 9 years in Jamaica.
One.
right? And the school population is getting bigger and bigger, right?
Yeah, because we all know the human population has grown so much.
Them not build one school in Jamaica. We passed it.
Not one.
We were supposed to get rid of the shift system by now. Up to now, and been in power for 9 years, not one school come off a shift system.
See, Jamaican
Mr. Hold on. Give me a minute. Please ask a question. Do you expect them to build a school when they don't believe in education?
No.
Okay.
We don't say we believe something because watch this.
They rather sell fish and dumpling and banana and tin mackerel.
Wait, all right. So Mark Golden gave his budget presentation. As he did not give a budget. He gave just gave.
When them talk about Mark Golden read budget, Mark Golden
Yeah,
can't
Mark Golden can't give budget. The budget comes from government. Right. So,
but I thought that was common knowledge. I was shocked when I saw the uproar of my way.
No, but
so only never know see a common knowledge that was like in proposal to should he win. That is his proposal.
Yeah, but the head driver behind the stupidity was nationwide.
Yes.
Nationwide, and this is how show you how don't they are, because nationwide take the narrative and I run with it, and then one of them come up with it as a talking point. One of them come up with it as a talking point. The man got an idiot. He give budget without no money. He don't give budget without a figure. Mark Golden cannot give budget with figure because Mark Golden don't control. He's not government money. He's not government, right? So he gave his budget proposal, right? And he said that what he's gonna do, the money in education, and it turned the result that it's supposed to turn are better. You know that you'll be investing less money in crime. You'll put less money in crime fighting because every educated society that you go into always carry a low crime rate, right? Every educated society that you go into carry a low crime rate. So the money that you don't spend on crime, you spend it on education. And that's the part where them can't understand. You hearing me?
Yeah, we are here, yeah.
Right. They can't understand that. They can't understand. You look at Cuba, very educated population. Cuba is going through a whole heap of hardship and everything, but crime rate is down, is very, very low in Cuba. Norway, right? Sweden, right? Amsterdam, all those countries that strive at Luxembourg, that strive on educating the population, right? Singapore, right? They strive on educating the population, so they spend less money on crime. You have in those European countries, they must shut down them prison now because they're not on prison at night.
Control about Cuba.
Yes, you're like they are mostly not time. You can't answer that time.
Right? No, but I'm not knowing. Remember, say me is a fact checker, you know, so I don't know when somebody put Amiga on quiet, you know. Cause me have the speech verbatim in front of me, you know. I will come me out to come and make you tell me which part in the front of this year did that man say he was giving what you say
Sure.
and not a proposal. So tell me, you know, where did he say this was a budget and how will that make sense for it to be a present day budget?
You want to come back in the box? I like to come back in the box.
Muslim, yes.
Opposition leader no read budget. A prime minister read budget and minister of finance.
So you're then done.
Because the opposition don't have access to public funds. Is the government in power have access to it?
Look, guys, Pinaldo is so bored. He can't afford some new shoes. Idiot. Please, teacher, help me. No worries. Who's background that? Bring me new shoes, sir. No, I have these.
Hey, evening. I say something quick and jump down. Wouldn't you find it ironic from 1962 until now, whoever was in opposition was always able to rebut the budget that the government put in. It was never stated as a budget. Why all of a sudden now when the current opposition is speaking after them deliver their budget, the whole narrative is Mark Golden give a budget. Let me tell you something. You say the people in Jamaica want to keep people illiterate.
Yes.
And the best way to keep people illiterate is for we fight amongst each other, whether you're orange or you're green. And them drop little nuggets for we keep on fighting. Ask Kata.
True.
Them drop little nuggets for we keep on fighting. No.
Yeah. Don't matter. You need to mute your mic.
Then drop out.
No, man, the brother down at bottom of the him make the noise.
Ask the done so we must say already and jump off.
No, I never him that talk about the noise. Saying they stop.
Oh.
But,
Okay.
Sorry for that. Me again.
Yeah, him the Lord.
Okay.
The Muslim come back in our back.
So hear me there now. Sorry about that.
Put back
So
in our back.
what I'm doing basically is they're using a tactic so Jamaican people now realize. Divide and rule. Zin? Because nowhere at all has it ever been stated an opposition can give a budget speech. And the people in a higher echelon of society where I basically I tell people where I mean quote unquote, me not like call people this uneducated people that Mark gave a budget speech. Shame on them. Shame on them because them know better than that to be spreading lies and propaganda. Him basically tell you what he would do if he was over the other side. Right? Listen, Mama Stan, you see me listen. Me not argue with people when me consider. And I don't want to say this, I don't argue with people I think is uneducated. And sometimes they're educated, but they're so stupid you cannot argue with them. You just leave them to their own demise. You see, people, you say, he who was here will hear, but not only hear, he will learn.
General.
You understand?
General, you know that education is different from intelligence.
There you go, Cosmo. There you go. That's why I must say, he who was here, he might go hear, but he might go learn. Because when Cosmo talk, if Cosmo says something and you don't know it, don't try to rebut him. You listen to Cosmo and you say, you know what? I will spend 10 minutes down the road and I go read and see if Cosmo say. If Cosmo say wrong, you come back and say, actually, Cosmo, contrary to the argument that you make, I know so it go. And here white no go so. X, Y, Z, and Z. But you cannot stay up here to argue a point because you feel passionate and you know you're in your ego. No, brother. What them are trying to say, it's wrong. Jamaican people must not listen to them and talk about this man made a budget proposal. Right. No, it wasn't a proposal.
He make budget without figures. How if you make budget without figures?
Cosmo, we know every government in the opposition, your thing is to try and figure out what the government is doing to the best of your knowledge. That's what he did. He put based on them numbers, him sit down and say, okay, if we take these numbers with them have, i.e. the say for instance, the 11 billion in a housing trust. Him say, but if we give that back to housing trust and we already take out 100 billion, we can turn on, instead of paying back housing trust, we give them some land for the payment. I said, take the land there and build house to poor people with that land there without we giving back the housing trust the money. That's what the man I say. But they must spin it and I said the man I go do this and that.
But not only that, the man, all of the man thing, is very tidy, because not only is the man say housing trust, we already get 140 something billion from housing trust. Right, so the man said, well, give up housing trust on land. And being that housing trust money, the people so being that housing trust money and the people and money, so the man said, here we go do. Right? The land I go pay for already, because that $140 billion where we get, it pay for the land already. So what happened? We're gonna make housing trust, build on the land, but them cannot sell back the people. The country.
$100 over here and it top no there no way. You should have $100 lights
Them
already.
can't them can't sell back the land. All they're gonna do is sell back.
But
50K.
Cosmo, stick up in there. Stick up in. The same government is ravishing the NHTs in, and look how them do it. Under the guys at the UDC, under the guys at NEPA, which is inside this current leader office, them basically enrich themselves using the same system. The opposition is saying, me not gonna enrich myself. What I'm gonna do is make sure that people can afford to buy a house, so them can start make generational wealth. So them grandkids down the road, by the time the grandkids come down the road, something there for them because we already set something in place. That's all the man I say. And people are jump on him and I say, no, you see. But them now realize, you see, Tom drunk, but Tom not fool.
They don't listen.
Get to the current man we in a power, brother. Him keep on doing things, make him and him friend them. Him and him friend them just get richer and richer by the second. And we over here so argue. We do one another as Jamaican. When Marcus say can't work, of course it can't work.
But
the
the same
opposite
thing
man
is
do the same thing already. He's doing the same thing.
He might do
it already, brother, but he might tell you, say, look the other way. Don't look for me. Look for the man we are same one. Because me not tell you something I do it.
The man gave him son. The man, his son purchased 24 acres of land, right? Okay, after each acre you can get 4 squares, right? So the 4 squares that you get after 4 quarters that you get after each acres. So the man I got end up with 96 lot of land. As a young 21-year-old youth, you have a land that you can build 96 housing units on it.
Cosmo, stick another pin. Before this man take power, who can remember how much houses used to sell for Jamaica?
$10 million.
Okay, Cosmo. Because these people have a vested interest in the prices of house being significantly expensive. That's why houses like 34 and 26 million, no, Cosmo.
It's 34. You know, see, man, really.
Watch it now. And the NHT are doing it, brother.
Right, private developer.
Private people are doing it. And who them? The same people who are govern the country.
But hold on, may I ask you a question? You never said that just last month the Prime Minister opened some 3-bedroom, 2-bedroom house. 3-bedroom, 3-bathroom, 2-bedroom, 2-bathroom. The 2-bedroom are for $40 million and the 3-bedroom are $50 million.
And I say again, Cosmo, I do not understand how people can sit down and listen.
And is the Prime Minister and him partner and build the house them?
I don't understand how people listen because
you have a Prime Minister. You have a Prime Minister that is in investment development.
Cosmo, 2 days ago him come out and talk about they want to lower on the price on the house because of this and that, brother. When you go to bed at night and you lie down beside the lady where you sleep with, turn to her and turn your head right or left, whichever side you sleep, and I say, you must lower the price of your house.
No.
You're talking to...
So I can answer to you now?
Hold on there. First, him need to look in at the mirror and him need to point from the person where him see in the mirror and say, you are your partner, they need to lower out. That's where it need to start.
All me I said, them I take the whole of Jamaican people, whether you're green or you're orange, the whole of with them take for that.
So let me answer about the housing system. So the 2 factors when you have to decide when you talk about Jamaica housing system, you cannot mix NHT and private investor at the same cost. When private investor build their property.
After that,
hold on. Muslim, which name a scheme of NHT built in for the past 9 years?
I don't remember. They are about 4 different.
Hold on. Let me talk to Muslim. Muslim, hold on. Muslim, now ask you a question.
Go ahead.
There's a company that the Prime Minister is associated with the person who owns it. NHT gave that man money for build house. Him not build no house. They went after him for the money and him pay back, I think, 650 million out of 2 billion. And what did they do in court, Muslim?
All right. You see now.
No, Muslim, answer the
No,
question.
no, no, yeah, no,
What
yeah,
in a court?
yes, yeah. What you know? Yes, I can agree with that. But listen,
Muslim, hold on, no,
just
you not
hold
answer the
on.
question. People
I
are
heard.
listening. Muslim people are listening. More and people hear the answer. Answer the question what they did. What them do in a court?
I don't remember the full
I want to
details.
tell you what them do
No,
in a
not no
court.
man. You just
I
come up
go,
here to make
Muslim, I go and
problem.
tell you what them do
Are
in
you
a
not
court.
a
See that?
fact?
Muslim, see that you don't know, I go and tell you what them do in a court.
No.
Do you know what they call a NDA, Muslim?
Non-disclosure agreement.
Yes.
Why did they let that man do a non-disclosure agreement? Remember, I know the money not belong to the government and it belong to Jamaican people.
Yes, because they don't want to disclose. Well, we all know say certain things where the government do. They don't want to say, oh, if they do this, whatever.
Muslim, hold
We
on, stick
can't
up
say
in.
what
Muslim, stick up in. Muslim, hold on, follow me down the road. Who work for who? We work for the government and the government work for we.
the government work for we.
So okay. Imagine you work in a bank and you do something where you think untoward, yeah? And you hide it from your employer.
Educate
Follow me,
yourself.
no Muslim. Hold
But you
on,
see,
Mama
on the
Stan.
on the now give
Mama
me a
Stan,
chance to
hold
talk,
on.
you know. If you want me listen and I listen to you,
Muslim,
but every
because you're
time I
not
talk, everybody
answering.
cut me off.
You're not answering, Muslim. You're going
But
down the bush.
I never listen. I never come here and say me disagree. And know what you just say. No, I me
So
just
if
sit
you
down.
all right, so here the next question. If you don't disagree with all our one, how can you turn around and say you vote for somebody with shady like that?
All right. So let me refer back to what you said now. Yes, I remember. I remember that.
As Scott said, sometimes he says things just to get the reaction.
Thank you. Yeah. So I can. I think I remember part of that conflict where it happened. But as I say, go back to number one. We Jamaica, the people who
But
part of
nothing
the first.
answer the man
Listen,
question.
I answered this question already, but I am saying that if we Jamaica, when
Muslim.
it come on to all right.
Muslim, you answer something, Muslim. You say you can't blame victim for a crime you commit against the victim. Don't blame Jamaican people, brother.
That,
Do
but you
not.
see, on the now give me a chance to talk, you know.
All right, talk on them.
Hello, good
Talk
evening,
on
All right.
good evening. Just one little second. Just one little second.
Muslim talk. Hold on.
A conversation going on right now.
All right. So when that outburst it happened, I remember a couple years back when, as I tell you, say I can only speak from when Portia in a power, right? I can remember a couple years back when Andrew Holness was in power, and then he gave an some contract to the Chinese. He gave some contract to some Chinese company, and we and we the Jamaican people did start campaign evil campaign. I think what the lady name where they talk about she always talk about some politics and whatever, and she even come and say it paint a bad picture upon Jamaica. So say a Chinese people listen. A Chinese people and all of them people they get the contract and then some of we Jamaica people who out here can do the job and then we now get it and on shed that very bad light. Listen, on shed that very bad light and Andrew Honest that time when him give the contract to Chinese.
Which area what you talking about? Identify
Me can't follow him argument. Me not understand. Muslim. Lead me down a path, Muslim, where me can follow you distinctively so we can converse.
No, I'm at the computer now, so I'm gonna try find the deal.
Are you talking about the road infrastructure deal?
Well, it still fall under every.
No, but Andrew did not give the Chinese that. Andrew gave the Chinese that.
Yes,
you see my problem with
yes,
Jamaican.
he did, but you see, wait, no, what something they talk about, you know, he must say when Andrew Honestly, he must say when Andrew Honestly, when they give the contract to the Jamaican man and he never used the money and build no house, but yes, still, if he do give it to the summer companies or whatever.
Cosmo, give me 1 second there, Cosmo. Muslim, hear the case. You see, at any time in a every 4 year or 5 year, we only have one government, right? And the reason I'm saying we only have one government, we can only judge one government at a time. That's how me look on life. Me not go back down 20 years down this and 50 years down this and me talk about no.
So a two-term in spend now, you know.
Yeah, so okay. So talk about him 2 term then.
One of the last 2 term I'm talking about.
Okay, go on.
All right, so we me
Muslim, every
listen
loan
up,
come
we
with a
live at
condition.
Jamaica, and listen up, we live at Jamaica, and we can all accept. When you get a Jamaican man a contract, or when you get a Chinese man a contract, we see two different work, and that is facts. When you get a
Muslim, stop it. Muslim, stop it. Do not demean your
Grade him
own
out to some
people,
degrade
brother.
Jamaica worker.
Muslim, do not demean your own people.
I degrade him
Don't
about
do
the
that,
degrade
Muslim. No,
Jamaican
no,
people.
follow nobody and do that, brother, about
So,
nobody.
so,
Take
No,
up
man,
that.
you
wait there,
man, no,
Muslim,
When the
Muslim,
Chinese get the road for bill and Jamaica get the road for bill, we still the
Muslim,
same results.
Muslim,
Muslim,
Muslim.
That's problem.
Try,
can I
try,
Can't
come
be
try.
inside?
we
Can I come
can't
in
do
at
no
the
one step.
Mama son, me like the conversation, me I go back and listen.
let,
Remember me tell you,
let me
I
Mama son,
Dino, hold on.
him pass it now.
Hold on.
Hold on
Remember
there.
me
No,
telling
no,
us that me
no.
can't have a conversation with people who probably
Him pass
smart
the
but them
place this
stupid.
now. I'm
You
sorry.
never degrade your
No,
own people to
no.
no other race,
Me
brother.
offended.
You're
By
mad.
way the man, you're mad?
No, not do
Like
that.
in the third year, you go down that road there right there,
Don't
sir.
do that.
Yeah, the great Jamaica, the
No,
Jamaica. My youth,
don't
my
do that.
youth,
That
my
not Muslim.
youth.
Katie,
No, man. Him
let me
pass the
say,
place,
Katie,
man.
every loan come with conditions here.
Every
It's
single
not a
one
matter
do
that the Jamaican contracts couldn't do it, but the Exim Bank of China have conditions to their loan. Anywhere in the world, they're lending the loan for a road. Their contractors have to do the work.
Exactly.
What the government have to negotiate is that Jamaicans have to get work. You must teach the Jamaicans some of the skills, or you say, additional skills that say you're bringing on the road work.
There you go. You teach a man how to drive the machine,
Right.
how to operate the machine. Him stand up
Right.
next to you because he's equal to you. He's not subpar to you, not the at all. You wear a white hat, him wear a white hat. That's what it is.
There's no loans that no care condition.
No, but the loan we matter about it was not Anjo loan. It was a Porsche loan. Porsche,
But it's the same thing comprised. The PMP first start borrow money from China to do the roads.
right.
And the GLP take it over and finish up the roads and then go back go borrow more money. But the conditions remain the same. They have to, all right, I tell you again, look at the
PLP first borrow money from China for
the
the
work the European Union had give the government and the PG not a loan but a grant to do the road from Negril to Port Antonio. And conditions applied. It must be a British company that has to do so. A company from Europe named Pill did the contract, but it had to employ Jamaicans along the line and teach them along the line what was going on.
But Dino, that makes sense. If it's a grant, if I'm giving you a grant, I'm gonna say, listen, me want to do the work to make sure say what we say I go get done. Me not argue with
Done.
Dino. Me go say Dino, carry on. Do the work.
But it's no difference, you know. USAID has given USAID haven't given grants to a lot of people in Jamaica. You couldn't take the USAID money and buy a Toyota car, no, you'd have to buy a Ford or a Chevy. You must, but then tell conditions.
Exactly.
You must use your money to buy an American-made vehicle.
So hear this, people. Me I go jump up back. Me just want to set certain straight. Mama Stan, you see me, some Muslim? Me I beg you. Can you see me? Me listen. I like listening to your program, but me not like your foolishness. Some people don't need to jump in your box. Just keep it far from your box.
Yes.
True.
All right, Baba.
Comrade.
The tiny eat him like pies. So you're not seeing some of those shit.
Mama San.
I know, so tiny, I go say, see them in the tell, no.
Yeah.
Mama
But
San.
you know, say, see him damn thing, him come up back in the box with. Because they are listening.
Mama
For the
San.
same thing, you can't tell
Mama-
them nothing. Anything
Mama
them
San.
bungs pan or that, them a wall and pan. I tell lie to make it look good pan them prime minister. Okay,
Mama
what's your
San.
go, so?
Mama San.
Yeah.
We think we out the debate with them people, no. We are teach people now, and anytime a company live and they pan and debating, just take them off because from yesterday them are upset me straight, you know.
Yeah.
Because me even listen them with the Portmore thing, them call it a win, and all know they have 30 days to go back to the court with things, and I don't know how they win and them have to go back to the judge with things in a 30-day time. So until yet, they have to wait till over a year before even that we can become a part. So I don't understand
JLP. But them still going around with their partner thing.
But
we power up
Dwight, on
brain.
day one, the PMP saying that they're not against Portmore being a parish, you know. What
No.
they're
Definitely.
against is how you're doing it because there are
Yeah.
Yeah, and the
boundaries to be
bones are
crossed,
cut
and
it. Look how weird.
The Constitution speaks highly about boundaries. And
Right,
the
right.
the ECJ is who has the right to change boundaries, not the Parliament.
Yeah. So I don't know
So
how them come
what the
out.
JLP
It's
use
coming,
as
it look
what the
like
JLP
politics
uses
thing.
what the JLP used and the other day in court is that they only passed the bill, but they didn't plan to go against the ECJ. They was going to wait until the ECJ finished creating the boundary before they put it into effect. It's not a
Yeah.
win. They come with a style to the judge to say that
Definitely.
it wasn't a case that was going to turn it into a parish right away. They was going to wait until the procedure to go through. And as far as we
Yeah.
can, why not
And
make
then
it
all
established and then do the bill?
and then all celebrate that about is a win.
It
Even with
can't
that
be a
stupid
win. They don't win
Rastaman.
anything.
Then
And
the stupid.
The PMP was not fighting against it being a parish. The PMP fighting against what you're doing. You're trying to create boundaries for yourself to make sure you can win the election. That is unfair competition. German,
Definitely.
Right, right. It's
Definitely.
how them do it. It's not what they do, it's
Definitely.
how they do it. And at the
And
end of the
again,
day, it comes like a politics. It's a
and again, Dino.
political thing.
And again, Dino. Never in history I ever hear an opposition present a budget. Opposition, or we can
but you have to
talk.
understand what is a budget.
Yeah, and them have it with
I
them
create
mark
a budget.
and
I create
present
a budget every year for my company because I'm the
Yeah.
owner of the company. I did what we decide what expansion I'm going to do. The opposition can't tell if I'm going to build a new school or if I'm going to
No.
spend money. It can't. The opposition gave you a contribution. You can't criticize your budget and you can't get a contribution. Say, if I was in power, I would have done this. I would have done this. You can't get a budget.
You see, in all the politics in Jamaica, this going to this election prove me how corrupt all these media houses because me hear them run with something where it was so stupid. Those stupid, because I never hear opposition present a budget yet.
Not in
Never.
history, nowhere in the world.
Nowhere in the world. So I don't know how them fit mark present budget.
Evening, comrade. Evening.
Even.
I just come up to say a couple of things here. You see labor right them. We need to stop entertaining them on PMP platform. Cause other night, me there, other night, me I listen on labor right platform and them up there chat them bag of foolish and I tell them bag of lie. And see me, Mr. Coley did I listen to. So you have one name open discussion. Him did up there in I box him and some other girl. And them mentioned sitting about Portia and what me discussion say. Oh, the madman, so same time Dr. Cole jump up to address him where him call Portia madman. As Dr. Cole jump up. And only for them jump out of the box, so them not share no platform with Dr. Cole and them not share no platform with Caution and you, Richard. So we not share no platform with them neither.
All right, my brother. That me say too.
May them stay up for them side and go and do what them a do and we go and teach over here, so.
Yeah.
All right,
Exactly right. Exactly, such a brethren.
And me have to take the blame there. And Mama son, that was all on me. So, yeah,
And
so
and a
me
little
take
youth,
the
a
blame.
long time me there listen, a long time I wait for you to do it.
Lesson learned.
Every platform in the pan, every PMP platform in go pan the same thing. In go over Caution the same thing. A long time I wait for you to do it.
Am I engineer? Am I engineer? Yeah, them walk to match up PMP platform.
Me just wait till me see open discussion in one box. Me just go up there just to tell him figure near more team mama for this show in this portion. Them two out order. And I just that me I say still.
All right, Jim. I'm saying, yeah, man, I'm back 100%, man. I don't like them.
Yeah, man, if you stay about them business, man.
Go on them
Right, cool.
platform, go do what them do. That's all.
Yeah, but me tell on that because listen, when them alone in them box, make them alone in them box and chat to themselves, then on a body to chat to and tell a lie, tell and this and that. Them every week up on them box, and as we say, two look or something, then kick we out. If you're in the box, them kick you out. If you have comments, then block you. So why we accept them when them come for our one?
Tiny. And one
Yeah?
time me ever go on them live, you know, and I when me just go on them platform, you know, and they ask me about the road in a Portland. And me go tell them, say, the road, China, them a work on the road, but it bad. I would tell me if you go say that. Me never know say me a batty man. Me never know say me a get mattress. All sort of sit and tell me. And
Yes,
now,
yeah, but yes, I saw
the
them
same
stay.
road when me tell them about nearly 2 months ago, you know, the same road from Long Bay to Port Anthony. When I reach Boston, you know, you have a little good part, go back to Port Anthony, you know. But from Long Bay to Boston, very, very bad right now. I can't tell you.
That's
And,
the thing, and at the end of the day, you gotta tell
Right.
them that.
Me
And
send a
yeah,
brand
I'll
new,
kick you.
me send a brand new vehicle to Portland and upon the same road they come back with me 4 mudguard tear off and then deny the road bad.
yeah, me I tell you. You China them so they might work on the road and but me think them wicked.
If
Them
rain
dig up
never
Muslim, we
fall, if
never
rain
say
never fall, you come back
Sudan.
full of mud and water, just a shame.
Muslim, we never
dig
say
up
you
the road at
disrespect
distance.
nobody, but up here nonsense you talk, and you try to contradict people when they tell you the truth. You never
I never
disrespect
get it to
nobody, and we
people them so
understand
wicked.
that.
Them wicked.
Not willing to
Wicked.
learn, man. Him not willing to learn and take what we are saying. Just want them done pay him already, you know. So him have to come to him and chat foolishness. And when
Yeah,
them for that.
that's why this morning me a listen Dino and the engineer and some others, you know. The engineer him nah answer no
But
question.
on the platform, for my boy, the platform like a female, Alvira platform, I
For,
got
Yeah,
for
yeah, listen,
Alvira.
me don't feel bad and just come off because
that's
me
why
no
I come
like
up and turn on about my one. That's the machine, so I can come on a platform.
instead
Just over
discussing, he sound like him are the most educated person in the country and he's stupid.
but
He
the
so
guy is sensible.
he so
Hey,
when
Monsieur
him and his
Caution
phone him
asked him
till
a
he can't
question
phone
last
him.
night, and
Because
him
me don't want
run.
to shame and come off, you know. More than just shame and come off. Him and net send him to go research and come back and I left out part of the story.
Him
But
no
Part
when
of
he
answer
came, when he
question,
came back,
him
you know,
go
Dwight,
run you.
he came back with Dwight Favor Williams speech.
yeah,
That was he came back with Favor Williams speech. It was Mark Golden speech.
yeah.
That's why Mark Golden was a point of order. Favor said the same thing. Say him said that and he said I didn't say that. And I repeat what he said.
Yeah. He's a wicked hombre, man. Wicked.
Him just go on and try to
Him can't
derail
mean good for
people
this country.
program.
No way at all. Him cannot mean good for this country. None at all. And me don't know what Andrew do for him because to me, you know, seems like anything Andrew do correct for him and then try to find all the excuse for Andrew Holness. All the excuse.
Me say, Caution asked engineer one question last night, and then I run and run and run. So till him say him a go check. And me say, I know him can't find where him a look for it. Cause no him not come back. Him find somebody, it look like he go sleep and dream about to come from PMP platform for derail it.
How I get on out? How we at? Oh, him I tell you, it looks like he might get something from the labor right then. That's why I come over here so long I chat. He must have get some
Man, him a work with them, man. Him a work with them, him a get pay, man. Him a say, him vote for the person who make him okay. That means him a get things, him a get handout or him a work with them or something.
I'm working at the government.
Okay, so him a work with the prime minister. Him dep on the contract. Him
Okay,
name dep on the contract.
Shock, where you want to for shock? Yeah, man.
But Mama San, we have a group of
Your
comrades.
teacher had
I
me.
tell you. May I
So
tell
we
you,
don't
say,
know.
I respect them to the bone.
Your
We have
teacher had
Chino,
me.
Cosmo, Tarshan, a lot of them. I can't even name them. May I tell you, say, them guys are great. May I tell you that. The amount of things when me learn from them guy. Me I tell you so. All of the people that were sitting up on the undecided side. If them a listen to them man, they suppose they can make up their mind by this. I mean I tell you say, them man argue information with facts. You understand? They not just talk because mouth can talk. And if you don't believe them, them I tell you where you can go and find the information. And I tell you say, you guys, you know, do a great work and keep it up.
Thank you.
Yeah.
We don't come with nothing if we not have the facts. We search. But then just love to come the real. No more it. A campaign time now, election time. We don't have the railway with no labor wrong.
You see over Portland here, me say Pinky promise people in an election where am I gonna run water through pipe. I say when Pinky win, a water truck him buy. Right now I pay water them I sell to people.
Yes,
Pay water
them
them
I
I sell
sell
to
water
people.
for 15 or
Yeah.
18,000 a drum. One to the people them who can't afford to buy that water. What happened to those people?
They don't care about them. And the thing, you know, enough of the people are so stupid, you know. Because
100 now, no piano can't have the screen. Look, I'm go even 50K. I know we still like. I don't go on. I know I'm there about 3 to 4 hours now, and not to tap on the top screen.
And because you have too much labor right tonight, and Panda and then not tap up.
Daddy, I beg me for them and I say, yo, no deal with them, sir. Can you know me that link there?
Yeah, but you know what? If you did, if we like that going good, and thing on the PMP, then did in it, them would have tap up the light, but it's full of labor right and labor right now, tap up nothing. All them company have to do is to get views. And then friends send them gift. You don't see what I go on, you know, but me see what I go on.
Last shot on the tiny. You never right then. To deal with.
Because them love bully and dictate to people. That is what me realize with them. Them not give a chance to talk like engineer. Industrial blah, 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 blah. And them not give nobody no chance to talk.
All right, Papa. Go on.
Me can't do the bias thing, you know. That is me. Me can't marry the bias thing. You know the person now do the right thing. Say the person now do the right thing. Because if I mark, we are saying him now do the right thing. Him now work the way him for work. But them just a contradict you. And them I tell you what them want to tell you. And then when you not accept what them want to tell you, then when they tell you got S your mama. And you lie. And you're liar. And this and that. And then call down the whole of them friends. When they come on the platform, they call down them friends. You know so I go on.
Where said I come for gang way?
Them come to condo and then they go over them friend go say, me just mash them up in a me just read and I saw them go on.
yeah, because even DJ here, when him come off, you know, me watch where him a text pan it, you know. Like he want to win and him beat and him cheat and him.
Yes,
And
yes.
he's so stupid. He's so stupid.
Yeah, one girl when named Kerry. I'm the one Max what him want name. Them are writing at the box and them because to him in at the box. If him not come over here, then not come over here. No, me not know if you not notice it. So if them not come over here, look if you see a labor right, come over here. That's why I love Nick and Tick Alive, you know. Cause I should see them so, you know, give them no chance to comments and all, should just send a black on them. Now give them a chance, man. Now give them no time, cause they not give we no time off to make nothing.
But me say, you know, so me not really entertain them. I took care of them and say, yo, when you play an actors, it build up the algorithm and spin about me there. And if you never buy me that reach 50K likes already.
Yes, that's true. Cause your life always full. I always get if I be a 70 or a 80 with so much people.
150.
Me not listen to them, man. Me not entertain them people, them, man. Liberty know something you can't think there now.
Go over find the labor right platform to talk to them. We don't talk to you now, mostly. Nice meeting you, bye.
You look like Muslim love talk to you.
Yeah.
Muslim love talk with you, but him not accept the truth, man.
You want 3 and 4 wife and me have to chop off your head. So you can't talk to me. Yeah.
And I like say you can't talk. Yeah, you can't talk. Cause that you dey come over here. But you accept the truth.
But I just want to tell you about it. Because something that this
And that
one
you
is
advertise.
duration for man. To spray upon them body. Where them body still speak. And this duration one. I just advertise duration. If you not buy one of this or other one of this, don't talk to me because you don't see nothing more. They can buy just hand to go the road off, use for road off.
When that's a big 13.
No, I don't want 13. You don't want 13, you know. You see her? You see she kiss him and the wipe off his mouth. That mouth not smell good.
I should have that. I should have not even in a one bank account.
Yeah.
She
You
have
married
her
a
own bank account,
oh,
man. She have her own.
she never like him when they go to school, and when she and him go get involved, she tell him to she have to do the right thing, she have to marry first and then push off kids of her own house. But when them have married, and when them are married, them never have money for marriage. A fish fry and make up with them for married. But I don't know how she go take them dinner for married first. To show she lie and wicked. Eh?
She and her husband a killer 4 people, man.
But analyze them. You know? We never see her breed yet. We don't want to see a picture with her breed with them two boys. I feel like she no woman, you know.
You don't see her face when she in a parliament. Look how she look when she in a parliament.
You
Me say,
never see her when they call her name and she goes so.
me know her personal, you know. Me know her personal, man, but she don't know me. Me see her personal, man. Her face ever look like so orange. Muslims and so support your business.
Why you support it now? Because like you need it. You need it. You need to find a PMP girl for walking from out till a man. You put sense in the head.
No for them a clown, you know, mama son. No for them a clown.
I follow back at them, man.
Yeah, man. No for them a clown. They already comment when did I chat. Then I understand from why they not, you see, no for them ever talk on them own JLP platform, you know. They came and talk on that. Like them have to work at them in our school, go teach them life to contact. Can they come out and tell like
Enough bun make shit look. I was Tina say, I will get enough bun. Me? If me I get bun, me I get bun too.
you see all DJ
A bun to bun. They never know that. Mama say, oh, Mama say,
I don't think him could go for
as me member, me forgot